Multiple shocking Texans updates. We have some huge implications on what this team's future could look like, and it's already week one, and the tight end room is looking slim to none. You got a couple people that are going to step up on the practice squad, but this could be a big blow to the offense. Not to mention, we didn't even score a touchdown in week one, so just a lot of unknown, and now the worst of the situation is Cade Stover is expected to go on injured reserve. We don't know exactly how long he'll be out for. It's a hairline fracture in his foot. But again, bad news all around. The Texans lost Brevin Jordan. They lost Irv Smith Jr. And now it's the rookie 7th-round pick out of Iowa, Luke Lachey, that has to step up. But luckily they got Harrison Bryant from a trade that they made with Philadelphia for John Mechie. And I was surprised that they kept Harrison Bryant on the practice squad. With the amount of injuries at tight end. But welcome to Texans Digest. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. Only 75% of you not subscribed watching this video, but appreciate all the love on the past videos. Realistically, the week one was definitely a little bit underwhelming. And looking at how this Texans offense is going to work, the snap percentage was it was pretty dead even. If I could find the graphic for you guys, but The snap percentage was 50-50 for the tight ends, and Stover got majority of the work, and now this definitely affects the game script offensively because I question who's going to be out there. Is it Schultz, Bryant, do you bring Lachey? And I don't think he's ready yet personally. I think he's got to stick a little more on the practice squad, and, we don't even know when Irv Smith's going to be back. So, that could just be the factor of, hey, Dalton Schultz is supposed to get the ball. As far as the other updates, Nick Chubb is supposed to be the main driving force of this offense. After week one, we saw he ran it for close to 6 yards. That's a good running day for Nick Chubb. And, during those 2-minute kind of drills, and we saw him on the sideline a decent much. He looked a little tired during certain drives just because he's running so hard. But the biggest problem was the factor between Dare Ogunbowale and Nick Chubb. Those were the main two backs that were in. The other guys that got a few snaps, Woody Marks, Dameon Pierce, Jacob Johnson. But going into this Monday night game against the Buccaneers, there's definitely question marks at tight end, but I really wouldn't say that's a concern after watching the offense play. The offense was very underwhelming, and Harrison Bryant got promoted to the active roster from the practice squad. DeMeco Ryans definitely says he's not happy about it. He really hates it. He's going to miss some time. Jake Andrews rolled his ankle. He's day-to-day with a sprain. Christian Kirk, Braxton Berrios still considered day-to-day, but they're doing better. Again, no timelines for either of those players, but it would definitely help out the offense a little bit. And, again, you expect these struggles with a new system and Nick Caley, but it's definitely going to work out for the long run, considering when they got rid of Bobby Slowick last year, it was kind of because of, hey, if we're going to try and win a Super Bowl, we got to do it now, because there were some problems with Slowick's system last year, and we just couldn't get the ball out in time. You ran it too many times, so at least this offense can figure things out on the fly. And week one, they're playing a good Rams team all around defensively. I think it was a nice, hey, let's get settled in here. Let's try and figure things out. You got receivers. I think Nico Collins needs to be more involved. You need to be throwing him like the Rams did Puka Nacua. Nacua had 10 catches, over 100 yards. You need to find Nico over the middle. And I know he's getting double teamed, but find ways to get the ball in his hands. I don't care if it's a screen pass. I don't care if it's a little, RPO and you give it to Nico. But the run game is going to open up the pass. And, if you could continue to get Chubb moving, obviously the O-line isn't the best. And the O-line was a struggle mainly because right guard Ed Ingram was out of the game. And then you also had to make a couple adjustments. Titus Howard had to go to right guard. And then you had to bring Cam Robinson, the right tackle. Actually, I think Cam played left, and then Ursary played right. But my point there is, again, last-second kind of adjustments. Hopefully Ed Ingram can play next week. Again, Monday Night Football, I think it's going to be a great game. The Buccaneers did not look good without their offensive coordinator and Liam Cohen. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. I think the Texans' defense is better than the Buccaneers. I think we can actually move the ball a little bit more, and that's just, moving forward, it's a matter of how can this team kind of figure it out. And honestly, I don't know if you could read those tweets, but basically to sum it up, they restructured Schultz's contract and C.J. Gardner-Johnson like pretty much the following day after Cade Stover got injured. So it makes you question, hey, are they going to bring in somebody like a top 10, top tier tight end. I mean, the only guy I would really consider would be people that are probably retired, right? Your Jimmy Grahams of the world. Obviously, he doesn't play anymore. But you're looking for your big guy, like maybe CJ Uzomah. I know he is on the Jets, but again, injuries there. There's really nobody on this list that I would really want to go after. I mean, longtime Texans Jordan Atkins, not a terrible idea. But again, there's nothing here that really excites you. Maybe a Hayden Hurst. He's been in the league a while. I would personally go get somebody. Yes, Harrison Bryant is a veteran, but I don't want Luke Lachey, the next guy up. I would 100% want him to get snaps in the NFL, but you saw him in the preseason. He had some troubles blocking. Again, he might be a great route runner. That's might be the reason why you drafted him. But again, I feel like there's a lot better options on the waiver wire than your rookie tight end, and just in my opinion. And now, with 3 active tight ends on the roster, Schultz is the only one on the roster. Harrison Bryant and Luke Lachey had to get called up from the practice squad. I don't even know if Lachey's going to be ready, like if he's going to even be, on the sideline. I mean, you're dealing with like a emergency quarterback situation like you are tight end. I mean, our tight ends are dropping like flies. Brevin Jordan retore, again, his same knee. That was terrible. Irv Smith just always happens to get hurt. I mean, the entire Texans depth chart is just always out for the count. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it's just something that they have to kind of work through at this point in time. It's early in the season, and honestly, I don't really mind the injuries. It definitely hurts the team, but at the same time, I feel like you're looking at this more of as an outside perspective and more of a, hey, what can we do to get this offense in check, right? Because you look at the fact that the offense didn't do enough, right? So that's kind of where you want to get, certain things involved. 9 points is unacceptable. And to not even score a touchdown, not even score a point in the second half, I think there's certain situations they have to do a little bit differently. And that 2-minute drive towards the end of the game, turnovers happen, sure, but not there. I mean, I just don't know why they were being so aggressive when they had so much time. You could have brought the time down. Yes, you needed a touchdown. You were down by 5 points, but Stroud's numbers on the day, 19 of 27, 188 yards. He threw that pick. He was kind of a jump ball to Jaden Higgins, but Stroud did his job, right? He could have done a little bit better, but honestly, I'm gonna say Nick Caley did not call the best game script for him. Stroud did what he could. Even under pressure, Stroud's stats kind of stood throughout. But Stover he's gonna affect this team, especially as a blocker. Stover is a great blocker, but I want to see this open up the role for Dalton Schultz. You signed him to a massive contract last year, and then you restructure him. But when is Dalton Schultz supposed to be the guy that you signed on Dallas? He is really just a guy. He's a tight end. He's a good team player. He's gonna fight through injuries. He's actually a pretty good jump ball catcher. But honestly, give him a chance. This is a perfect opportunity to get Nico Collins involved. If Nico is getting doubled, have Schultz run a little in route across the middle of the field. Bang, should be open every time if you're, doubling one player. So, or if you have Nico run a post, Schultz is a route runner. He can at least, maybe not the best route runner. He's not a wide receiver, but he's like best as it gets in terms of, route running and agility. Like, he's a good athlete. He can definitely do stuff. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work, because it was kind of a split kind of dose in terms of Schultz had 5 targets, Stover had 4 targets. Is Schultz going to be that guy now where he's going to catch 6 to 7 passes a game and be kind of your chain mover? That's really how this offense I was expecting to work. But instead you see a lot more motion, and I just don't think the team is ready yet with Xavier Hutchinson and Jaden Higgins obviously going to take some time to get up to speed. But Higgins led the team in receiving. He had a 23-yard catch. Nico Collins 14. I just feel like they need to get some more plays to get certain players the ball. You see that all the time on the Vikings offense with J.J. McCarthy, and just, hey, let's swing it out to J.J. Bring the guys out of the backfield. Get creative with it. And I'm not going to be too worried. It's week 1, and you're definitely a little bit frustrated with how the game plan was called for. But moving forward, I think the Texans will be okay. I feel like this update is more of, hey, we have some injuries, but realistically, there's no reason the Texans should have had that performance on Sunday afternoon, week 1, against the LA Rams. It was on the road too, SoFi, so at least you come back home in a primetime game. You get to reload kind of, and I don't think Stroud was the problem. I don't think anybody was really the problem. It was a rough offensive game script. So try and at least, watch some film, do some studying, figure out what do you want this offense to be defined as. And if you want it to be slow, sluggish, and not scoring touchdowns, I mean, the NFL, analysts, all of, ESPN will rip into you about, the Texans aren't this superhouse of a team. We'll be fine for the first half of the season. Even if we go 0-2, 1-3, 2-4, I'm okay with that because they can bounce back towards the end of the season. But you want to get yourself as a group. If this offense can get itself in check, the defense has proven to stop one of the better offenses to 14 points. So, again, I'm not worried. It's just a matter of, again, you have to address these things like injuries because they are pretty main problems in terms of, especially your offense. But could affect the game script a little bit. I do love Schultz. I do want to get him involved, but I feel like he could be a red zone threat and also help take some coverage away from Nico Collins because of the hurt players of Kirk and Braxton Berrios. But hopefully they'll be back for next week. I think Berrios and Kirk could very much open up the field. But thank you guys so much for watching. Enough rambling for me. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on not only the injury, but how the offense played in week 1. I know it was bad. And how hopefully, what do they need to do to bounce back against the Buccaneers? I've been Mike Zanetti. You've been watching Texans Digest. Thank you once again. And we'll see you in the next episode.